Hello everyone, today we'll be taking a look at another Ninjago movie set. This is a particularly really big one. This is set 70615. This is the Fire Mech, and it is a gigantic set, and there's definitely lots to cover. So, enough talking, let's get right to the set. Okay, so as you can see, this is a really big set, and I'm not kidding when I mean big. This thing is huge. Even the box itself really took up a bunch of space, and I really had a hard time trying to get this into frame. But nonetheless, the model itself is just as big as the box. And as a tradition, the first thing we always do in our LEGO reviews is to look at the box. So I've rotated to the back of the box. Here's what it looks like. You can see it's just another scenery showing off all the play features there are, and which I will get into depth in a bit. I will show you what kind of play features there are, because there are a bunch to offer in this set. And then, in case you're wondering, here's the final look at the front. There you go. So that's what it looks like. Alright, now you can see, even with the box aside, the mech itself can just barely fit in frame because it's just ridiculously so big. It's humongous. And when I mean big, what do I mean big? So this thing is 36 centimeters tall. So what does that mean? Alright, what I have here is Witch Doctor from Hero Factory Savage Planet. He is one of the tallest and biggest villains ever created, measuring over 30 centimeters tall. Well, guess what? He has a competitor. He's just as tall as the Fire Mech itself. So, this is definitely a good kaiju battle, a perfect one-on-one battle. So if the Witch Doctor fought against Kai, Kai's mech would have no problem dealing with the Witch Doctor. You can see they're basically the same height if you count these as well. They're just as tall as each other. So, yeah. Kai's mech is huge, not your 2013 Final Battle $12 set, your $12 Fire Mech set. No. This is a completely different level. The other one is a junior. The one was a toddler version. This thing is the real deal, you know, if you ask me. But yeah, so it's huge. It's tall. Alright, Witch Doctor, you've served us well. Now let's get you out of the picture. Alright, let's first look at the legs. The legs are itself of a very complicated and super substantial build. You can see the legs here are built using these round pieces, or quarter round pieces, and the legs are fully articulable. You can even move the toes. You can move this around. This thing is sort of on a ball joint, so you can definitely move the ankles up and down, as well as the same for the other side. And this thing is quite heavy, so you do need to lean the legs forward a bit in order to make sure this thing doesn't topple over, because this is a one heavy thing. I'm telling you, it's a very heavy thing. But you can definitely, for a better balance, I would recommend prying these legs or spread these legs even further, so it'll give the mech a bit of space to stand and have some balance. And I think there are no knees. You know, this thing doesn't have knees, so you can't rotate it. But it does have, you know, legs which can't move that far, but can move more this way rather than the other way. And like I said, because this thing is so heavy, you're gonna have to do this, or like lean it back a little, just to make sure this thing has the right balance. The waist here, you can see there's a 21 there. Is that his license plate for the mech? I'm not quite sure. And then going back up, you can see there's Kai inside with the cockpit, which you can flick open. And then I guess these two levers are the controls for it, so you can flick these down, and he'll use these to control the mech. And then moving up here, I guess these are sirens, or yeah, are they siren lights? Not quite sure what they are, but yeah. And then keep going up. I'm moving the tripod up. You can see here's the top of the mech, and then on the top here he uses two banners or two flags, which have a very nice. These are stickers, by the way. These are not printed pieces, and they're pretty cool fiery elemental pieces. pretty epic. And then now let's look at the arms. The arms, particularly the shoulders. Shoulders are very buff, very tough, and you can see more stickers, 21, 21, you know, and all these are all brick built. Very tough shoulders, if you ask me. And then his main cannons here, or his main weapons, are the flamethrower. So these just shoot out flames, fire pieces. And you can see there's a wheel back here, which you can rotate this to mimic the fire throwing action, which are then powered by these hoses, which connect to this part here. There are also more hoses on the back here to connect to the main exhaust thrust. And I guess this is where he gets all his fire from. I guess this is the gasoline tank, I don't know. But pretty nice build here. And the back is covered up pretty well because of the gas tank. So nice coverage in the back. Very well done. Very, very well done. The same thing for the other arm. It's no different. It's not asymmetrical. It's the same thing. Got the flamethrower. Same thing on the shoulders. And then in terms of posability, you can articulate the arms all the way out. You can do all sorts of different poses. You can move the shoulders up, or you can do this to make a running position, like that. You can't really go as far as this without like interfering the flags, but it can. I think this is as far as it can go. You can go this far, or you can put the arms all the way down like this. Just any way it works. It's just posability is kind of limited, but it doesn't stop you from making some good poses on this mech. Flamethrowers, unfortunately, nothing can shoot out, but it's fine. It's still something of a play feature. You can rotate this, and you know, as a little kid, you can already imagine this guy throwing a bunch of heat at his enemies. So cool mech, nevertheless, cool thing, cool arms. And there's one more play feature. The shoulders. You ever wonder why the shoulders are so tough and buff? Well, this thing has a disc shooter. So you press this at the back and it'll shoot out some discs, which that flew all the way over there. I don't know how that happened. But it shoots out these things. These are fire discs, and you get 4 of them because Lego is smart enough to know that kids lose these things very easily. So you can shoot them here, and these spare ones are stored back here next to the exhaust thrust. So always perfect to have, you know, extra storage. Got some here too. It's very nice. And as for this side, the same play feature. Shoot these discs. So pretty cool that this mech definitely has a lot of weapons. If it's not for the flamethrower, he has some long-ranged flame shooters. So play features, good amount, and the mech overall, it looks great. I think this is one of my most favorite Ninjago mechs that they've created in the Ninjago side. They've made many mechs, trust me, they've made a lot of mechs. And this one in particular, despite it being from the Ninjago movie, this one I believe is the best one that they've done, in my opinion. And definitely a cool mech. Yeah, really nice one. Really good job on this. It's big, it's humongous, and it definitely packs quite a punch. Really like this mech. Great job. Now let's look at the last thing, which are the minifigures. Alright, so in this set we have 6 minifigures, 2 ninjas, 2 civilians, and 2 bad guys. And for the ninjas, we got Kai himself, obviously. You know, he's got to pilot the mech, of course, and in the Ninjago movie. And Sons of Garmadon, all these ninjas' outfits are different. Come on, camera focus. These ninjas have 2 pieces in their outfits. You can see one part is like this, and the other part is the muff guard. And Kai's here he's got that black and red color scheme. Pretty okay color scheme. I still prefer the pure red and gold. That one was great. And then the other one is Zane. There are 2 ninjas in this set. And here's Zane. You can see he's more white and black, and he's got that robotic eyes because, you know, he is a robot. His weapons here is a bow and arrow, and he's got a quiv at the back to store his additional arrows. And then for bad guys, we got These guys are my favorite. These guys are pretty cool. Look at this guy. He's in a big bubble head. That's pretty cool. You can use the face inside to, make your own custom civilian minifigures. These are fully compatible, and I think these work well. But this is really cool, having this bubble head dude. This guy's called Jelly. And I kind of see why he's called Jelly. He kind of resembles a jellyfish, and really funny figure. Very creative. I don't know how they pulled this off, but this is a really funny build. And then his weapon here is a stud shooter, but it is a fish stud shooter. So again, they're back with using seafood as weapons. I think that's part of their tradition. So cool little guy, nonetheless. Really like this piece. Very funny helmet. I think this is one of the funnier bad guys I've seen. Okay, the other one here is Hammerhead, and you can see he's obviously reassembling a Hammerhead shark. Very nice helmet print on here, which all comes off in one piece with the shoulder armor. And on the back here, he's got two faces. And he uses these scuba tank, oxygen tank pieces. And his weapon here again is a fish hammer, back with the seafood weapons. Which then, this is actually Mjolnir. So if you have Thor, this is the same piece. This is Mjolnir, guys. Sorry if I'm butchering that name, but the hammer, the same hammer. Apparently, Hammerhead here is more than worthy to hold Thor's hammer. So that's really fun. That's actually a great way to get the Thor's hammer piece, and I guess the fish is now worthy to hold the hammer. So that's funny. Now we have two civilians here, and these are the guys they're trying to rescue. This is Lauren. This is just a random average citizen, which you can totally put this in your Lego City. Again, these sets are very compatible with Lego City. Or I wouldn't say weapon, but she has an ice cream here. Strawberry flavored. And very nice printing on her. Good hair piece. Oh, she does have a second face, a freaked out face, and this is her normal face. So, in terms of figures, again, these civilians are perfect for your Lego City. Now for this one, this guy is unfortunately stuck in concrete. It's all one build, so that's the concrete he's stuck in. Or is this like part of the terrain? I'm not quite sure. But anyways, this is Henry. Yes, Henry. He's eating a popsicle, lime flavored popsicle apparently. Very nice hair piece here. I actually like this hair piece. No, I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty cool hair piece. Oh my! So he's got one freaked out face. He's got one freaked out face and a one really freaked out face. Poor lad. Rip. But again, these figures are totally compatible with your Lego City, and it's nice to have two civilians in this set, and I think the range of figures in this set is pretty nice as well. So this set, definitely worth the big bang for the buck. This is a particularly really good big set. If you're looking for big expensive Ninjago sets, despite this being from the movie, I definitely think this is worth it. Definitely, this is your #1 priority set over the other Ninjago movie sets. This has to be the one you have to be getting, because the other ones, I'm sorry, they're not that great, but this one in particular is a really good one. And in terms of value, I think this is definitely worth the 80 bucks. I got this for 80 bucks. I'm not sure if that was the original price, but that was the price I got it for. So yeah, overall nonetheless, really great set. 10 out of 10 for sure. And yeah, one you should pick up. But anyways, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you didn't like anything I said, you can dislike the video. But if you loved what I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.